Something else we can all agree about. There are marriages that just seem to be right. There are marriages that really work, and there are certain secrets to what makes marriages successful. We have two therapists with us, Charlie and Linda Bloom. They've written a book called Secrets of Great Marriages, and this is a follow-up to their earlier book called 101 Things I Wish I Knew When I Got Married. And they talked to 27 couples, I believe it is, right?
We actually talked to over 100 people. These are the finalists.
So I'm just kind of curious, like you had some unhappy couples that ended up giving you information that was just wrong?
We had a lot of very happy couples, but it would have been too heavy a tome if we had included them all. It was such a joy to interview them. They were inspiring to be with.
Okay, so there's so much data in here, one hardly even knows where to begin. I'm going to let you pick one secret that one couple came up with that you thought really epitomized something important. Please.
Well, the one that I think is probably the most universal in terms of what runs through the book is what we call, and other people have referred to as, enlightened self-interest, which basically just means, simply put, it means that what is going to make my partner happy and fulfilled is ultimately going to benefit my life.
Right.
So, I mean, it's a simple concept. We all understand that intellectually. But these people, without exception, really practice that.
Okay, and that seems, and it would seem obvious, and yet we do tend to throw obstacles in our way in trying to benefit ourselves. I mean, what's going on there? Why is it that we say, gee, if my partner were happy, I would be really happy, and yet I'm not willing to do whatever it takes to make my partner happy?
I think fear interferes with what we know.
Fear of what?
Fear that if I give too much, maybe I'm going to have less, maybe I'll be taken advantage of. If I completely commit myself to this relationship and make it a priority, maybe I'm going to lose some of my freedom, maybe my kids or my career will be neglected. And people have these other commitments that are really important to them. And sometimes it's quite a juggling act to keep all those things in balance.
Right. What about the issue of change? I mean, the person you married is not the person that you're going to be living with 2 years, 5 years, 20 years down the road. So how do you deal with change like that?
Well, I think the first thing that you do is you get real and you accept the inevitability that life includes change.
Is that one of the 101 things that everyone should know when they get married?
It is. As a matter of fact, Henry, one of the 101 things that we've got in the book is that if you think that your partner has changed and you say to them, "You're not the person that I married," you're right, because they're not in some very important ways.
Thank goodness.
Yep. But that's really an opportunity. I mean, the idea that if you were married to the exact same person, or if you were the exact same person
That's a scary thought.
It would get boring.
Yeah. So change is really kind of an important aspect.
To cultivate a taste for it, to see it, like you say, as an opportunity rather than a problem. To see it as something that's going to add spice and interest into your life, into your relationship. When marriages go flat, it's often because one or both people are trying to resist change.
It being Valentine's Day, wouldn't it be nice if I could give you a suggestion for a Valentine's Day gift to give, or for the Blooms to do this? Here's one. Can you tell me, we were talking before the segment about one of the 101 things that got the most reaction in terms of couples saying, yes, that's exactly right.
People have been together for a long time. Often, they have never sat with their beloved and said, "How may I best love you?" And it's a profound question. And when you stop and think of it, it's kind of obvious that we should check out with our beloved how they want to be loved. But we tend to be so subjective, and we think they want to be loved the way we want to be loved. Now, some people really like gifts, and they want the expensive gifts. They want the diamond earrings, or they want something. Other people, gifts doesn't really matter to them. They want the talk. They want the I love you with the details of how they love you, what they appreciate most about you. Other people say, talk is cheap. I want the actions. Do you know?
Yep.
So to ask our partner really what would help them to feel and trust into they are fully loved.
So Charlie and Linda Bloom are a wonderful resource for anybody who would like to improve their marriage or just enjoy learning about marriage. And you can meet them February 18th, 7:30 at East West Bookshop in Mountain View. Details there, eastwest.com. And then in addition, March 6th at 2 p.m. at Book Passage in Corte Madera, bookpassage.com, and the book is called Secrets of Great Marriages, the sequel to 101 Things That I Wish I Knew When I Had Gotten Married. And after 30, how many years have you guys been married?
Well, 37 years.
Married as children. Thank you very much for joining us, Marty.
Thank you for having us.
Here's another fun couple, even if they aren't married to each other. Marty, Isabel?
That's one of the secrets.
Thank you, Henry.